The video you're about to watch is not to insult your faith or to blaspheme against your God. It is just to show you a peep of the possibility that you may be wrong after all, and there is nothing wrong in being a seeker. Enjoy it.
Jesus of Nazareth. Let's take a closer look at that Nazareth bit. We all know, I think, that there is a major city of Nazareth in Israel today. It has a largely Arab population, but it plays a major part in Israel's tourist industry. Over 1 million visitors, many believing Christians, pass through Nazareth every year and no doubt are confirmed in their faith. We can trace the history of Nazareth back through many centuries, in fact as far as the 4th century, when the mother of Emperor Constantine, Helena, made a pilgrimage to the so-called Holy Land. She was in particular concerned to find relics and sites associated with her newly acquired Lord. Now, in fact, at the place where Nazareth now stands, Helena found no city, no town, not even a village. Nothing, in fact, apart from a well, said to be, by quick-thinking locals, the well from which Mary, the mother of Jesus, drew water. About that well, the Empress ordered the construction of a church. A generation later, another touring grand dame associated with the imperial court, Egeria from Spain, visited the same area. She found, or rather was directed towards, a cave, and this was said to be the very cave where the Holy Family had lived. Again, a church was built over that spot. From this construction of 2 churches, a holy settlement was established. Soon it became a place of pilgrimage and drew in a population to service and profit from the flow of pilgrims. So from the 4th century onward, we certainly have a town of Nazareth. Rather more pertinent to the study of Jesus, however, is the situation before the 4th century. That is, from before the official endorsement of Christianity as the approved faith of the empire. Now, it is a fact that in the 3rd century, the church father Origen, who lived incidentally in the coastal city of Caesarea, barely 30 miles from where Nazareth now stands, made the comment that he had no idea where Nazareth was located. We also have the testimony of the so-called Pilgrim of Bordeaux, an early visitor to the Holy Land who has left his itinerary for posterity. And interestingly enough, although this pilgrim visits and records so many places referred to in the Old Testament, he makes no reference at all to the city or town of Nazareth. Searching through other early sources, an interesting picture emerges. Nazareth is mentioned not once in the entire Old Testament, nor is Nazareth mentioned in the Holy Works of the Jews, the Talmud. The letters ascribed to the Apostle St. Paul, though mentioning the name Jesus more than 200 times, not once mention the town of Nazareth. In fact, no ancient history or geographer mentions such a place. As it happens, 200 years of searching by biblical archaeologists gives no support to the town existing in the 1st century either. There are meagre finds from both earlier and later periods, most of them associated with burials. But at best, the few artefacts point towards a small farming settlement, perhaps a single or perhaps 2 or 3 extended families, but nothing that would correspond to the so-called City of Nazareth recorded in the Gospels. Now, such a tiny rustic community would not have had a synagogue where Jesus might have spoken. Now, how can it be that neither archaeology nor historical sources support the claims of a city of Nazareth as found in the Gospels? The answer is that the city of Nazareth is the product of religious faith, not its precursor as the hometown of Jesus. In the original fable written in Greek by the author, which we now call Mark, we don't find Jesus of Nazareth, but in fact Jesus the Nazarene. Nazarene is quite unrelated to a place name. It refers problematically either to truth or to branch, and may possibly have some link to Nazarite, one who takes a religious vow. Now, the later version of Mark's tale that we call the Gospel of Matthew substituted the town of Nazareth for Nazarene in order to give his hero a hometown. The name Jesus of Nazareth is fabricated and misleading. With the city referred to in Holy Scripture, the state-sponsored religion of the 4th century set about creating a city to fit the fable. In 1st century Galilee, there was no Nazareth. And if there was no Nazareth, there was no Jesus of Nazareth. Here's a lie invented by the church.